Welcome to the first official episode for my podcast. My name is Daniel Cueva, and I strive to bring in knowledge, experience as an entrepreneur, been in the tech industry as an engineer. I've done so many different things, and I, in particular, want to focus on my Hispanic, Latin, Latinx, Latinos, all of us that are in this circle, in this current realm, trying to figure things out. I want to hopefully share things and some golden nuggets with you, just things that have helped me achieve some success, um, so that you don't have to repeat it. Now, the first episode is actually called Start Before You're Ready. And this episode right now, this launch and everything, is literally that. I was, for some reason, looking for the perfect time to launch a specific podcast. Everyone kept telling me you need to go and share some content, share content. But I felt like, I was waiting for the right time. I was thinking, I want things to fit. I want things to fit so perfectly, and that's going to be a sign by God, the universe. And it never really happened. It never really happened. And I was just over at my parents' home, and I had a talk with my dad, and I realized, like, this guy is 67 years old and starting his new business, and I'm over here not able to find the time to do a podcast. I'm thinking, and as a perfectionist, some of us are, we try and see, okay, like, how long does it have to be? It have to be like, does it have to be an hour? Some that watch the Joe Rogan podcast know that this can go up to like 2-3 hours. And I just sat down and I'm like, just stop it. Like, just stop. Like, when did all these ideas, all these like norms happened that made me not launch this earlier? Like, why did I think that I'm gonna find the perfect time, or it has to be a certain duration? And here's the truth. All of that is an illusion. All of that is just part of our brain that's constantly looking to stay still. The brain, we have a reptilian side of our brain, the part that's keeping us safe, the part that keeps us on survival. And usually that part of the brain is keeping you from doing things new, from trying new things, from anything new, because it's working with the functionality that was programmed at a certain point, right? Our brain is just part of an evolutionary process. And it turns out that, back in the day when our ancestors had to fight off the saber-toothed tigers, our brain needed to find the specific strategies to keep us safe, right? So when it knows that you're in your comfort zone, you're in bed, you're in the sofa, the brain doesn't hesitate, right? The brain knows, hey, we're good. And because it knows what to expect when you're laying down in the sofa. Now, back in the day when there were the saber-toothed tigers and all that, the brain literally had to find ways to survive. So it kept you inside your cave and knew, okay, you are not getting out of this place. You're gonna stay here because this is how we survive. And that's just what that is. Like, There's nothing more to it. So when we, for example, when you put on your sock, like you don't hesitate, you don't even you don't really remember it, right? That's just because it's a sock. It's a meaningless act that keeps you very warm, but ultimately it knows already. It's a functionality that's just there for us to just do. It's used to, but stand outside on top of a building, look down. Now the brain, the reptilian side, activates and it says, whoa, 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 there. You know, so that's his function. That's his function, and we don't have saber-toothed tigers to worry about now. We don't have deadly monkeys, chimpanzees that are there. But those same stresses and same anxieties still reside here. And although it's not the same saber-toothed tiger, the same level of stress is present when something else stresses us equal to that in today's time. For instance, like people that are going through a divorce, that kind of stress could be equivalent to the stress of the same example of a saber-toothed tiger coming to eat your entire family because it's hungry. So it's understanding that it's just a function of the brain. When it doesn't recognize what is going to happen next on something that you're thinking about doing, it keeps you away from it. It starts to throw thoughts that sound like you're trying to reason with yourself, but it's just the brain acting on a very primitive function. So with that being said, there's nothing to worry about. There is no perfect timing for what you want to do. In fact, the closest perfect timing is today, is right now. I've sat here, I figured out how to set up YouTube, the podcast. I happen to have a microphone and I'm just starting. Why? Because I have a lot to share, and this might not be for everyone, and that's totally fine. It doesn't matter what you look like, it really doesn't. But my goal is to really talk to your heart. If, as you listen to this, you feel like some of my experiences are maybe something that you have worried about in the past, maybe you want to learn from somebody that has been in the industry, in the business industry, in the technology industry, countless times, me being the only Hispanic person in a room full of predominantly white male. Let me tell you, it's not scary. None of it. No one's out to get you. Everyone really wants to see you succeed. And it's just a matter of tweaking some things in the brain. And I want to show you that. I want to be that tool for you because you have a path, you have a journey here. And the getting there is not necessarily a destination. The getting there is understanding that right now, today, is how you need to be feeling a certain way in order to really feel fulfilled. The money, everything comes, and it's just a side effect of you really pursuing and following your path. And well, it would be my honor to help you understand the path, your specific path, and to learn how to have fun with it. My name is Daniel. If you've enjoyed it, share, subscribe, do the things. You will see more of me. I would love to see you on my podcast. And please, again, thank you for your time.